Coach, what are the best tips for self-discipline? I'm on my journey and doing life work, but it's difficult. God be with me. Listen, discipline is difficult. It is. Discipline requires death. It requires you to die to yourself. It requires you to die to an area of yourself in order for you to mature and to grow. See, discipline is a great uh, uh, system, because when you're disciplined in the right things, you bear the most fruit. I rather eat the sweet fruit from discipline than the immediate fruit of procrastination or the immediate fruit of just drifting. I'm telling you, the fruit is sweeter. So the practical ways to help you with discipline is to make sure that you understand that don't try to chew the whole thing in one bite. Don't try to bite the whole thing in one bite. The goal is to have minor wins, miniature wins, achievable but stretchable wins, where you're able to say, okay, yes, I want to be this. Yes, I want to have that. Yes, I want to become this. But you have to scale it all the way down to a doable goal. Not a doable goal where you can do it and you don't gain anything, but a stretchable, doable goal where you're able to say, you know what, that's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take some effort, but I know that the fruit of this is greater than what I'm doing now. So the best way to compare is the person you want to be and the person you are. There has to be a greater why. It has to be a greater why than who you're going to become or what you want to have. Your why has to be greater than that. Because if you want to attain a certain kind of body or a certain amount of financial status, that's self-seeking. But if you say, you know what, I need to be in shape because of my son or my daughter or my husband or my wife, or I want to make sure that God gets the most out of me. The reason why I do what I do, because I really want God to get the optimal use out of me. I don't want to practice anything that's going to make my purpose delayed or not as effective. So what are the best tips for self-discipline? It's to take a good hard look at yourself and examine your desires and examine the reason why you desire the things that you're desiring, and also realize that no matter what, you're disciplined at something. But most people discipline at the wrong things. So you got to look at what you're disciplined at and really look at the fruit of your life. When you take a hard, close look at your life and you say, you know what? This life that I'm living right now is birthing nothing. You got to look yourself in the mirror and say, yo, you got to do better. We got to do better. And the best way to do better is to really be honest with yourself and say, you know what? This is who I want to become. This is what I want to have. Now, let me scale it all the way down to a dual but stretchable regimen where I can then reap the fruit. See, when you work out consistently, you'll feel the fruit of working out. When you manage your money better, you'll see the fruit of money management. But most people don't get to that point of seeing fruit. And that's where the enemy comes in and destroys. So the tips that I want to give you is to realize and understand it is going to be difficult because you've been doing whatever you're doing is counterproductive to where you want to be in life for a long period of time. So whatever you try to implement now, your flesh is not going to want to. So what you have to do is, what part of my flesh must die tonight? And what part of my flesh must die every day? And really look at the why. And then why has to be greater than who you become and what you want to have. It has to be greater because when you get there, you'll plateau there. But it has to be something greater. It has to be a calling, a purpose, and saying, you know what, it will be difficult, but it's doable. And because it's doable, it's going to be delightful after I do it. So the best way to implement self-discipline is to determine what disciplines you need for destiny disciplines. Those who understand their purpose understand what they have to do to ensure that that purpose thrives. So look at your life and say, you know what is God calling me to be? And you and the Holy Spirit have a creative session, a honest, a talk conversation, and perceive what things do you need to remove, destroy, and what new discipline you need to implement, and really do it. When you find it the hardest to do it, that means you should do it your hardest. Hope to help.